Just try to get a little better footage here of the cylinder. It's not in the best of shape there after my sandpaper job, but we'll see how bad this motor smokes with a worn bore like that, sanded. So I've got the piston connecting rod ready to go back in. I just use a hose clamp. You tighten it up on the rings till it's snug against the piston. Then I back it off just a little bit. You can't back it off too far or the rings will hook up, but you don't want it super tight so that this part of it binds on the piston, scratches the piston. And of course you oil it first, oil the rings, piston, everything. Then I just tap it down, and if it doesn't want to go, don't keep hitting. It means the ring's hanging up. There you go. Then slide the piston down. It should move easily. If it binds up, it means, I don't know, broken ring jammed up somehow. It should not have a whole lot of pressure on it. And then she just slides right down and locks onto the crankshaft. Yeah, if you have excessive friction on that piston going down, it means something isn't right. Take it back out and try again. I've had that happen before, and I scored a cylinder because of it. One of the rings, something weird happened with it. Anyway, just my recommendations. Now on this old Briggs, you have these sheet metal lock tabs that you have to bend down to contact the bolt head to stop it from being able to unscrew. The connecting rod bolts can't back out. I happen to have this copper punch here, and I just pound them down, but you can use just about anything, but aluminum would be best versus steel, but I mean a screwdriver, whatever, just to bend them down up till they engage the head of the bolt there. Now, got the lifters and camshaft in, and you got your timing dot on the camshaft, and there's a straight line on the crankshaft gear tooth right there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's how you time it anyway. Now I'm ready to oil these bushings up and put the end cover on. Yeah, I just had an idea on the end cover. When I took a course in high school, they taught us to spread grease on the crankcase cover there, crankcase and the cover. But that way the gasket doesn't bind to the engine block, and I got lucky on this one. It actually came apart in one piece. But I got thinking maybe part of the reason they told us to do that was because in high school they didn't want to always buy new gaskets for it. But I do that anyways, and of course I pull these engines apart, but even on the ones that I build to run, I put just grease on it there, and it doesn't leak. So I don't know, I'm sure if a person had to pull it back apart with the grease on it, it would stand a whole lot less chance tearing the gasket up, because most of the lawnmower engines I tear apart, they're always dry from the factory, and you tear the gasket in about 4 pieces, and then you gotta scrape it off. So anyway, a little bit of grease there seems to help the tear back apart ability of it there without mangling the gasket. So I checked the valve flash with the feeler gauges here. It's supposed to be intake 5 to 7 thou, exhaust 9 to 11 thou. This one's about a thou out of spec on each one, so exhaust's about 12 and intake's about 8. So I'm not worried about it. The engine will run fine. If it was one that I was building to run, how would a person deal with that? That'd be hard to fix, because that means the intake valve, both valves are too short. I guess a person, if you did some heavy lapping, you might gain that much. Don't know. Normally it's the opposite way. You don't have enough valve lash, in which case I grind the valve down slightly till I get the proper lash. If you have too much clearance like this, the engine will run, but it might like pound the end of the valve over time. If you have too little lash, especially on the exhaust, it will heat up and open the valve and stop the motor from running. So it is an important clearance on these flathead engines for sure. Yeah, you have to check it. So I reassembled the 5-horse Briggs there, valve lash, everything, cleaned the cylinder head carbon out, and all that good stuff. Filled it with oil this time, didn't want to forget that. So you got a red oil plug on it there. It didn't come with one, that was one thing that was missing. But missing a little bit of the, or I haven't got it put on, a little bit of the cooling shrouds, all that. But anyway, so I unbolted the carburetor and gas tank off that 2-horse that was on the mini bike there. And my son put a 3-horse on it instead. Well, actually he's building a 3.5-horse up for it. But anyway, so instead of the big 5-horse carb and gas tank, I'm bolting on a 2-horse. Now it turns out that the flange bolt pattern is the same. I didn't know that, but my son informed me that it was. So we'll see how she runs with a 2-horse Briggs carburetor on it here. Started up pretty good. It wants to run right wide open. Acts like the carburetor is governing it though, because 5-horse would, try to blow up when you did that. Anyway, I don't want to run it too long. Oh, looks like the gas tank might, I don't know, a little leak or something there. No, maybe not. But the muffler's very close to the gas tank, so it's probably heating it up. But anyway, I'm kind of surprised it's not smoking a lot, considering it was seized up. I had to replace the top ring. Seems to run pretty good. Everything considered, a person could actually use that motor. Oh, there she choked out some smoke. Don't know why. Well, now I got to use my screwdriver technique to shut it off. So you make sure you touch the head, then the spark plug. Because if you touch the spark plug, then the head, you get lit up like a Christmas tree. So, another resurrected scrapyard Briggs that was seized up. Apparently this will rev with a 2-horse carburetor.